Nice to meet you, Edith.
Yeah, you too. How are you both?
Very
Good.
good.
How you doing?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely
really
love your outfit.
Oh, thanks.
It's a bit of me
It's
now.
Thinking white trousers was a bad idea. It's
No, I
like,
love it.
it's like, you know,
I
going on
know.
the
It's a
train.
dangerous idea, not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Just a dangerous
yeah, it's
idea.
good. It's like
Yeah.
living in danger for the whole
yeah,
day.
on the
I
edge.
like it. Yeah. How's your day been?
Lovely.
all right so far, yeah.
Great.
It's nice that you two are paired up. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I was.
That's
It
really.
actually is, isn't it?
I loved the show. Oh my god, I couldn't get enough of it. It's just like give me more. So I hope there's more to come, even after watching the first season. Fingers crossed. But I was thinking about how to start this, and I was like, oh, I'm a lover, not a fighter. But you're both, which is
Yeah.
kind of quite nice. They've almost found their kindred spirits, almost in
think
a way.
so.
Do you
That's
think
true.
so?
Sure.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I think, they start off, it's like, I think public versus private and appearance is such a big theme in the show in general. And I think they start off like that, like with fronts on. And then what's really beautiful is that, like, Olivia, as like, I think you said a lovely thing in a voice note when we were chatting once we'd seen the series, that, like, Rafferty needed to melt. And I think they both kind of, they melt
they
into
do, they
each
melt
other.
so.
And we don't have a lot of screen time to achieve that. But I think it's really beautiful to be able to be that soft version of yourself.
Yeah.
Olivia's very strong, and she's had to be very strong to survive life. And she finally finds someone that she can be her soft core with. And it's really nice.
I think that's what's brilliant about Stephen's writing is the fact that we arrive, at a point in these characters' lives, and there is a whole load of story that has brought them to this point. So as an audience, we're trying to find those moments that kind of tell us something about what that journey was for them, sort of thing. It's like, what's Rafferty's story? It's like
Yeah,
this.
it's a big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm thinking spin-off. I would love
House
to
of
know.
Rafferty.
House of Rafferty,
House of
exactly.
Rafferty.
Yeah.
Guys.
No, I mean it's true. Like good writing. It provides the actor with this kind of unsolvable puzzle, and you go deeper and deeper. The more you unpick, the more kind of you find. And Rafferty was just such an enigma, and I never completely solved him. There were so many wonderful moments as well with with Tom Shankland, Mounia, our directors. Like his relationship with religion and his faith. There's a scene when I go and torture Henry Grattan with an eel, and I throw a look over. Yeah, it's great. I love that scene. But he throws a look over his shoulder at the crucifix, and Mounia and I it gave way to this huge conversation around because Stephen had nodded to the idea that he had had a pious period in his life, and then he was lapsed. Why was he lapsed? What was his relationship with the church? And so complicated, and military background, and yeah, no one from the audience really knows the specifics, but for us, it's just it's invaluable. It's lovely.
It's the confidence that even in the physicality of him at times as well, like nothing seems to faze him or kind of, it's that determination to kind of walk through everything.
Apart from love.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what phases him.
What's her motivation, do you think?
For me, Olivia's motivation was always very much about like safety and security and survival. I think that she comes from, like, she's an aristocrat, so at the time we meet her, she's asset rich but cash poor. It's why the marriage is so symbiotic for both of them. But I think that she's become so strong because she comes from a family with a very ineffectual father. I think she's watched him kind of edge their family towards ruin, and I think she's always known that if she's going to survive, she's going to have to do it on her own 2 feet. And obviously, she doesn't have means. Women at the time were so restricted, so she knows that marriage is her only way. So I think that for her, there's always an engine of survival and of security and of safety, and I think that's why. This like storm that comes into her life, which is Rafferty, is so she's so conflicted over it because her whole raison d'etre, her whole life now, she's been forced to choose between this and what she set her life to do. So, yeah, for me, it was always about like security and survival because it's not a given as a woman in society at that time.
But I really like as well the relationship he's written between her and Arthur.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of really, there's a real kind of truthfulness and a sort of kind of respect for each other, and they're kind of looking out for each other in a way as well. Particular a time for his character where, he had to hide behind something. He wasn't allowed to be himself.
Completely. And Olivia has a lovely line of that you rescued me from that frozen fucking castle on the shore that you rescued me from. So I think she recognises in him how alone he is, really, how lonely he is, and how I think she very much recognises that. And I think that also for her, she knows that he is the key to her success, essentially. Like her ambition is driving her forward. She needs him to get on the train with her. So I think she spends a lot of time conflicted between trying to protect him because she loves him and she sees the lonely boy she wants to keep safe, but then also trying to push him because she's like, if you don't do this, she can't do it on her own kind of thing. So yeah, it was an interesting relationship. And I think that they really do grow to love each other. And that's the stronger the love, then the stronger the hurt at the
Yeah.
end, and that's why the relationship becomes so tenuous.
The sets are extraordinary, the brewery and just kind of all of it really, and even those kind of, country houses in rural Ireland that we see as well. How much of that is kind of, how important is that for you, to have that kind of real playground to kind of navigate and explore? And
Massive. I mean, this, you can see, this is all, this
it's
is
his manor, basically.
my
isn't
manor,
it?
yeah.
This came straight from set, actually. This is
This was, I think, or maybe still is, the biggest red brick building in the world. It was. It's this huge old warehouse in Liverpool. They did try and shoot a lot of this in Dublin, but Dublin does not look like the Dublin of 1860, and actually Liverpool still has this kind of these old Victorian warehouses intact. So it kind of provided us with a closer historical depiction of Liverpool. But yeah, I mean, Richard Bullock, our designer, is amazing. I've worked with him before, and he's just so good. And it's a presence on set. He's a very big man, kind of comes and presides over these enormous worlds that he builds. And also Stephen. I mean, I don't know another writer who writes like a designer. He writes every scene, he sort of sets it beautifully. So before you get into the dialogue, before you even know who's in the scene, he's like, we find blah. Behind him, we see the silhouette. Yeah, we find Olivia. We find blah. I mean, actually, it's not even blah. It's that we are in a room, and in the behind the curtains, we see the silhouette of the Dublin skyline, the chimneys belching out smoke. We taste the soot in our mouth before we've even got to the people. So he loves setting it up in a very atmospheric, really visceral way. And between him and Richard, the world was just magic.
Yeah, you really feel it. You kind of like, and then the tone of the show as well is really clever. It has those kind of really funny moments in it that was. Is all that in the script? Would you get a chance to kind of play around with things in a way, or is it quite sticking to script in a way?
I mean, it was all there for us.
I totally.
I think.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
no,
no,
go on.
you go.
Well, I was just going to jump in. I think credit, and often films are often, you get the director is given a lot more credit, and TV it's often the writer, and absolutely right, because Stephen is a genius. But Tom Shankland, who was the lead director on this, in terms of tone, is so on it, so specific. I mean, particularly, in terms of Rafferty, he kept coming up to me and saying, I need you to find playfulness and fun and irreverence and swagger. And I kept thinking, yeah, but this guy's a hard military man. He's a soldier. He's kind of calcified to the world. And in certain scenes, Tom would push me into a place which I felt really uncomfortable with. Watching it back, I'm like, he was conducting us all the time.
Oh, completely. And I would say as well, like myself and Anto, for our scenes, when we get together, we'll hat and a hat and a hat and a hat, and I was throwing grapes at him and all this kind of stuff, and that's all there, that irreverence. And equally the opposite, Tom would then rein us in, and he'd be like, the writing is so good here, so try. You can just say the words, which was a great direction that I got one day. Yeah. But I think as well as a series as a whole, Mounia also had this amazing emotional and a task of tying up all these threads towards the end of the show, and I think she really hammered home the emotional arcs as well. So you have this like amazing like gritty realism, and then this like just enough Irish whimsy that it's not tokenistic, and then these real like beating hearts then at the end. So I think they've done the holy trinity there for you now in the series.
Tom and Mounia are really on their music as well.
Yeah,
you don't even
such good choices.
Yeah, you don't even know like that first scene when I'm walking down the street beating people up to Kneecap or the Fontaine. Tonally it's pops, and suddenly you go. I didn't even know that I was kind of fitting into that tune, but it makes complete sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so good.
They're used very cleverly at different times, different songs to like reflect the ideals of some of the characters on screen. So and it makes it feel so current. And I think I'm so passionate about that time in Irish history as well, because there was so much going on, and I think the show has a lot of like respect for the entire landscape of Ireland, be it the famine, the working class, the city, Dublin, and the aristocracy. And I loved that. Like, we were all treated with such integrity. And it made it feel very current as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Last question. It's a big one. This is and the scenes in this are brilliant, but if you could be in the scene of any film or TV show, what would it be?
Oh, Lord above.
I love people's response to it.
Oh, that's so hard.
First thing that pops in your head.
Butch Cassidy. I'm like a
Yes,
fly on the wall.
Cassidy.
Do you know what I mean? I would just be I want to be there with a little gun behind a boulder in the sun.
I don't know. The longer the scene, I want to be in a big long L scene. Hunger.
Oh,
Yes.
Fassbender and Cunningham there. I'd like
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
they held that for
one at 7. Is it 7? I don't know. It's probably even longer. Something like that, like a really long. Yeah, I want to just go on a journey.
The bowling alley with Paul Thomas Anderson's There Will Be Blood between Paul Dano and
yeah.
your man. That would have been.
Or a Victoria, with
See, I've popped,
Leah DaCosta.
now you've popped, you can't
Yeah,
say
sorry.
that.
Give a few more minutes.
Really great to chat
lovely
to you
to
both.
meet you
Thank
guys.
for your
Thank you
time.
so
Thanks
much.
much.